Great. And are you familiar with the certifications? Are you familiar with the certifications like which paper you need to pass to get CCNP certified? Concentration exam, yeah, whichever you want. But the core is compulsory. After that, you can say you can call yourself as CCNP certified. And when you will add this in your resume will start booming, right? Your resume will be in demand. I know a lot of companies personally, who are looking for network engineers every day. Still hiring right now, even he is hiring, right? Lots of messages are there on my WhatsApp. Hey brother, do you have anyone who have good strong knowledge? We don't have the engineers. See, right now I'm able to see, I think 15 students have enrolled for this course, but you will see after 1 month only 10 to 12 students will be there. Rest all will be, leave the course, will start watching videos. But whoever are going to complete the course, definitely they will get benefit. They will have a strong knowledge in their hand. Doesn't matter where they want to use that knowledge. They can use that knowledge to pass exam. They can use that knowledge to work in the industry. Work in the industry means to design the network, to configure the network, to manage the network, to troubleshoot the network. Any other question, anybody? If no, then also let me know so that I can continue. Great. Abhishek Patra saying no because Pavitra, you have raised your hand. Do you want to speak something? No, no, no. And guys, the requestment to you all is try to speak, not write in the chat. Whenever you have something in your mind, please speak. Yeah, yeah, you are audible now. Yeah, see, even you are allowed to speak, then we are going to, invest more time to write. Which method is easy, to write or speak? Speak is better. Definitely right to write. Even I have to type. Okay, no problem. Okay, so I think no one have any questions. So guys, I have lots of questions for you. If you will not ask a question, then I will ask question. So tell me why you have chosen Cisco. There are many other vendors as well in the market. Great. Correct, correct. And guys, in the live network right now, in all around the globe, all around the world, more than 80% devices which are live in the industry right now, right? I'm talking about the devices which enterprises companies are using, right? More than 80% are of Cisco only. Cisco is a global leader in this industry. So you are learning Cisco because of the market capture and the CLI. When you will learn, when you will see that, when you will configure the devices, you will see you are configuring routers, switches, firewall. through CLI, and CLI is very easy to understand. If I will talk about the other vendors like Juniper have XML configuration. So first you have to learn XML, right, to configure that device. The documentation. See, if you want to configure OSPF on a router, it is very easy to find OSPF configuration on Cisco router on the internet. Lots of documentation are available. Resources are available for the Cisco. So it is easy. But it's difficult to find how to configure OSPF on Juniper device, on HP device. If you will search for book, CCNA book, you will see 1,000+ books are available on the internet. On the YouTube as well, you can search how to configure OSPF on Juniper router in YouTube. Hardly you will get 2 to 3 videos. But like if you are not mentioning the vendor name, like you are searching like how to configure OSPF, you will get lots of videos, and all are configuring on Cisco devices only, right? So Cisco is the leader. And guys, you know, earlier in 90s, Cisco has earlier Cisco was selling only hardware devices. In 1998, in 90 in 1998, Cisco has sold their first exam, that is CCNA exam. Cisco is not only selling hardware, they guys are selling their exams as well, right? So that time he launched the CCNA exam, right? And for the CCNA there was different track, like CCNA routing switching, CCNA wireless was there, CCNA service provider was there, CCNA data center was there, CCNA security was there, right? So let's say you have learned CCNA routing switching. So after CCNA routing switching, you will go for CCNP routing switching. After that, you will go for CCI routing and switching. But nowadays, the requirement has changed, completely changed. Earlier, what was happening? See, let's take an example of two person A, person B. Person A have learned CCNA routing and switching. Person B have learned CCNA service provider. So the person 1 will go for CCNP routing and switching. Person B will go for CCNP service provider, correct? And the company who is looking for routing and switching engineer will hire person 1, and the company who is looking for service provider engineer who will hire person B. But nowadays, companies are looking for a single engineer for multiple tasks. Earlier, we had a dedicated engineers for each specific task, like for routing switching, one engineer, one route engineer is working on routing switching, one engineer working on wireless, another engineer working on service provider, one is working on data center. But the requirement has changed. Nowadays, companies are looking for single engineer for the multiple tasks. So in 2019, Cisco has revised their exams, their exam papers. They have combined all CCNA in a single exam, that is CCNA 200301. You can say global CCNA. Why they have combined all track into a single exam? Because of guys industry, right? Because industry, see, companies are looking for now the engineer who have knowledge on multiple technologies. Earlier company were hiring a dedicated engineer for each task, but nowadays companies are hiring one engineer for multiple tasks. So that's why Cisco have combined all the technologies in single exam, that is CCNA 200301. You can say global CCNA. And now if you want CCNA certification, you have only one exam, that is CCNA 200301, right? And recently Cisco has updated their CCNA 200301 syllabus as well. that is CCNA version 1.1. There is very minor change, not major change, but they have updated. So if you want to get CCNA certificate, you will go for CCNA 200301 exam. After that, at CCNP, again you have multiple option. At CCNA level, you have only one option. At CCNP level, again you have multiple options. And in the new CCNA, you are going to learn the multiple technologies, not only routing and switching. By the way, Cisco have changed their name from routing switching to enterprise. Now routing switching became enterprise. Like nowadays we don't have CCNP routing switching. Now we have what? CCNP enterprise. Clear? So now at CCNP level, you have multiple options. The mandatory exam is CCNP in core exam. That is mandatory. If you want to call yourself as CCNP certified, you have to pass CCNP in core exam. We'll see the syllabus. What is the syllabus of in core? Don't worry. But let's say you have passed CCNP in core exam, then also you cannot call to yourself as CCNP certified. Along with the CCNP in core paper, you have to pass one concentration exam, right? It can be NRC. The NRC is most popular CCNP concentration exam. But according to your requirement, you can go for SD-WAN also, you can go for service provider also, you can go for data center also. Multiple certification concentration exams are available. Okay, so this is the track. And after the CCNP, you will work for 2 to 3 years and then you can go for CCI. CCI is not for fresher. Even Cisco is recommending that if you are going for CCI, then before going for CCI must take some experience, real-time experience. Definitely through this training, in this training you are going to get hands-on experience. I will teach you theory, practical, hands-on experience, which will help you to pass the exam, to get job in the industry, right? To work in the industry, to troubleshoot the network, to improve the existing network, right? And at CCI level, you have two types of exam. One is written exam, another one is lab exam. For the written exam, simply you on the Pearson VUE, you can give the exam, written exam. There will be no any lab, right? Only theoretical questions will be there. And another exam is the lab exam. And the CCI lab exam is, guys, world most difficult IT exam. So if you have CCI number, if you have CCI lab certification, that means you are under 2% of people in this industry. Even in 2024, there are 60,000 CCI available in the world. So if you are going to pass CCI exam tomorrow, you will be 60,001. Got it? So this is all about the certification. Anyone have any question till here? All clear? Okay, is there anyone who don't know like anything about the networking? They are just starting their career in this domain. Like they don't know what is IP address, even what is OSI model. Anyone like that? No, I think, right? You all know the basic. So guys, from the tomorrow, we are going to start the most important module of CCNA and CCNP, that is switching module. We'll start from the zero, like how to connect two computer together through a switch, how switch takes forwarding decision, what table switch makes to forward traffic, because switch can do unicast, multicast and broadcast. So if any device is doing the unicast, they have to maintain a table, right? There they will store the information. So switch has memory. then there are many protocols that we need to enable on switches in real time. So day by day we are going to learn those protocols. Then we'll move to the next module. So my target is, first of all, switching module. First of all, I will cover the switching module, then I will cover the routing module, then I will configure the cover the other technologies. Other technologies means wireless, automation, some concepts of virtualization, and SDN network, software defined network. Guys, nowadays many organizations are moving their infrastructure on SDN, software defined network, because nowadays this is the world of automation. All industries are moving toward automation only, right? And even we are the technical guys, right? So definitely we have to also automate the configuration to reduce the human effort. Earlier we were taking whole day to configure one device, sometime a weeks, to add a new device in the existing network. But nowadays it's very easy, right, to add a new device in the network, right, to modify the configuration. So SDN network, software defined networking, is very important, and we'll see that after these module, like routing module, switching modules. Before routing and switching module, guys, even I cannot teach you these technologies. I cannot teach you the wireless, I cannot teach you the virtualization, automation, like I can teach you the automation. Like in the automation, again, what I can teach you, I cannot teach you the requirement of automation. I can teach you the scripting, like how to write the script to automate the configuration, right? But to understand the requirement of automation and where we are going to implement it in the network, you have to master these two modules, routing module and switching module. These two modules are actually foundation. Not CCNA and CCNP is the foundation. Routing switching is the foundation of networking. Got it, guys? Okay, so yeah. So I'm going to share my screen and let me show you the syllabus of CCNA and CCNP first, right? After that, today we'll discuss some basic thing. Agenda of today is just let me make you familiar with the devices, like network to the network, real-time network, and whatever topics, guys, we are going to understand here, whatever concept we are going to understand here, I will teach you everything practically on the basis of real-time scenario only. I am not experienced trainer. I am a first network engineer, right? After that, I am a trainer. So I can teach you the practical things. The biggest benefit that you guys will get from this course is you are learning from the engineer. You are not learning from the trainer. Right? So I am going to teach you the real-time network configuration, troubleshooting, management, whatever tools I am using in the industry to monitor the network, to troubleshoot the network, to configure the network. Same thing I'm going to teach you. Whatever scenario I have faced in the industry to troubleshoot the issue in the network, right? I'm going to share everything with you, right? And I believe that whatever knowledge I have, I can share that with anyone. If I know the OSPF, I can teach OSPF to anybody. No one can stop me. Okay? So believe me, this course is going to be life changing for you, but definitely you have to invest time, you have to pay attention in the class, and you have to ask the you have to ask the dots. Like, if you are only watching me, then there is no any difference between the live session and the recorded lectures. Okay, so if you are in the live class, please try to communicate with each other. Okay, try to take advantage as much as you can. Done. So let's begin. Let me share my screen, and let me show you the syllabus first here. Is my screen visible? Please confirm. Great. Just a minute. CCNA. See, as there is no one from the different background, and they are just starting their career in this industry, like they don't know what is network. So I am expecting you guys are familiar with the basic concepts of networking. So this is a syllabus of CCNA. In CCNA you have some sections like network fundamental, network access, IP connectivity, IP services, security fundamentals, and automation and programmability. Automation is all about SDN network, as I told you, software defined networking. Software defined networking is nothing but the controller based network. Controller based network means the network which can be configured, managed, and troubleshoot with the help of controller. Guys, let's suppose now that if we have thousand number of routers in my company, like my company have multiple branch offices around the globe, right, and there are thousand routers. If I want to change the IP address of devices, how difficult it is, right, to change one IP address on thousand devices, right? We are going to divide the task to multiple engineers, and maybe it will take a week, months. But with the help of SDN network, with the help of controller based network, what we can do, we can push the configuration, we can change the IP address on thousand devices in 1 second. So under network fundamentals, see the syllabus: OSI model, TCP/IP model, IPv4, IPv6 addressing. We will discuss IPv6 addressing later. First of all, we will talk about the IPv4 only. But whatever protocols we are going to run on IPv6 network, you can enable that for in IPv6 network as well, right? Command will be different, packet flow will be different. Then the network topology and types, like there are multiple types of LAN. By the way, there are only two types of network. One is LAN, another one is MAN. There are two types of topology defined network. The rest also, like you are saying sometime, MAN, CAN, PAN. So those are, guys, human defined network. We have defined those types of network. Okay, so you are going to learn the LAN, WAN, WLAN, wireless network, and there are a few more types of network. Then switching and routing concepts, like how routers takes forwarding decision, how switch takes forwarding decision, what table they maintain, how to configure the routing table, how to configure the MAC address table, switching table. Then network devices rule, like router, switch, firewall, access point, and WLCC. You are going to mastery these devices: routers, switches, firewall, access point, and WLC, wireless controller. You have to master these devices, like you have to learn everything about these devices. If I am running configuration, so you should be able to read all the output, and even you should be able to explain the output to anybody. Then only you can crack the interview. And if you are joining the session every day, after the class these things will become very easy for you. Even you can teach these things to anybody, right? You will have confidence. Every day you are going to measure the improvement in your technical skill. If you are thinking, Praful, already 1 hour has gone, but we didn't understood anything, we didn't learn anything, right? So what we are going to learn today, what is the output of today class? Don't worry bro, before leaving the class definitely I will teach you something. Then the second section is network access. Under this section you are going to learn the VLANs, trunking, ether channel, WLAN like wireless local area network concept, access point setup, how to set up the access point. How to set up the access point means, again, like if you need to implement a wireless network in a building, then how to find the place where I need to install the access point, how many access point is required, how to calculate the number of access point, on the basis of what I will choose the access point. Like if you are purchasing a router for a company, so there are multiple types of router in the market, even more than 1000 plus routers are in the market. Which router you are going to purchase, right? So what are the factors? So like how to choose the access point, how to set up the access point, how to configure the access point, how to manage the access point. Then difference between wired and wireless LAN components, switching technology. Under IP connectivity, you can see you are going to learn the routing tables of router, static routing, dynamic routing for IPv4 and IPv6. Inter VLAN routing between two VLAN, how we are going to make communication. OSPF, this is a dynamic routing protocol characteristic and their matrix, how each routing protocols are going to calculate matrix. Definitely algorithm is different for each routing protocol, right? After that you have IP services section. Under IP services section you are going to learn some different types of technology, like NAT is a different technology which is used to make communication between private and public network, and PAT is nothing but the updated version of NAT. Then the DHCP, if we have lots of devices in the network, then it will be difficult to configure IP addresses manually. So how to set up the DHCP, how to configure host dynamically. NTP protocol, how to synchronize time between all devices. SNMP protocol, this is just a management tool, management protocol which we are using in the real time to manage the network, to monitor the network, you can say. The syslog is again nothing but whatever operation you will perform on the router will give you log for that operation. Like if I want to run shutdown command on the port, like if I want to down an interface, so I will run command shutdown, right? So router is going to generate one syslog for me. With the help of that, it will tell me that bro, now this port is down, right? The first hop redundancy protocol, right? We will see what is first hop redundancy protocol, like how we can have multiple default gateway backup, how we can have redundancy for default gateway. Like right now we all are using, I think, broadband router in our home to access the internet. So guys, if the router will goes down, then internet connectivity will goes down, we cannot access the internet, so we don't have backup, and even we don't need backup. But for the companies, it is very important that there should be redundancy, that if any link or any device or any ISP will goes down, there should be any alternate option available. Then you have some security fundamentals here, like basic security concept, CIA model, VPNs, layer 2 security features. Layer 2 security features, we have multiple layer 2 security features, like port security are there, VLAN is there, right? Then access control list, wireless security protocol, and then how to secure the wireless. For wireless networking we have different security protocol, guys, and for wire network we have different security protocols. And then you have automation and programmability, this section. And the interviewer will not generally ask question from these topics, because these are the basic topics, and everyone knows that if you are entering in this industry, that means you have already the basic knowledge. They are going to ask you question from these modules only, right? They can ask you question from the security fundamentals, they can ask you question from the automation or from the CCNP topic. So under automation and programmability, you will learn the controller based network, how controller based network is different from the traditional network, what is SDN network, software defined network, right? Actually this is a family, right? And there are some family member of SDN like SDXS, ACI, and SD-WAN. You might have heard a lot about SD-WAN because most of the people are talking about the SD-WAN every time, right? So like SD-WAN, we have many more controllers as well. SD-WAN is used to manage WAN devices, WAN router. SD-access is used to manage LAN devices like your access layer switches, your distribution layer switches, and ACI is used to manage data center, right? Then we have what? REST API. Then you will see some configuration management tools like Puppet, Chef, and Ansible. So we will see these all in very detail, don't worry, but this is your CCNA syllabus, right? Very basic. After that, you will move to CCNP. So guys, as I told you, to get CCNP certified, you need to pass 2 exams, right? The compulsory exam is this one, 300410. This is the exam code. This is a compulsory paper. You have to pass this. And after this in core, you can go for NRC. Most of the people are going for NRC only because the most popular exam concentration paper is NRC. So if I will talk about the syllabus of InCore, what you are going to learn in InCore. So guys, in InCore, you are going to learn the enterprise network architecture, like how network looks like. Enterprises company are using 3-tier architecture. So we'll discuss about the three-tier architecture. And in that 3-tier architecture, how we can achieve redundancy. Like if I will design one network here, I have some access layer switches and some servers are connected with these access layer switches, right? Then I have some distribution layer switches and access layer switches are connected with distribution layer switches. Then I have some core routers R1, R2, and these are connected like this. Then I have one firewall, let's say like this, and then this firewall is connected with internet. This is what 3-tier architecture. So here you have to learn like what is the role and responsibility of core layer, what is the role and responsibility of distribution layer, why we have distribution layer here, right? Why we cannot directly connect core layer and access layer together, why we are investing lots of money here at distribution layer, right? So guys, distribution, see, it's clear with their name. Distribution layer is responsible to distribute the traffic, like between core layer and access layer we can distribute the traffic, right? So at which layer you have to understand the role and responsibility, why behind it. Whenever we will start any topic, first of all we will try to understand why. If your why is clear, then it will be very easy for me as well to make you understand what and how. Right? So for next 3 to 4 months, we are going to meet live for 2 hours every day, and we will be discussing these things only, right? And then guys, in CCNP, your next topic is this one, you can see DNA. DNA stands for Digital Network Architecture, Digital India, right? Like Digital India, we have digital network as well. Then SD access, as I told you, SD access is used to manage LAN devices. Then you have what? SD WAN, used to manage WAN devices, right? So we'll discuss about these controllers, how to configure it, how to design the network, controller based network, right? And what was the issue in the traditional network, why we come up with these technologies, these solutions. And guys, these are very popular solutions, you know, that's why many vendors come up with their own solutions. Like for SD-WAN, there are multiple vendors in the market, like Cisco, Viptela, right? Versa is there. Many vendors are there. Why many vendors are there? Because this is demanding, and most organizations are moving their infrastructure over SDN only. And this is nothing but the again same FHRP, high availability technology. Under high availability technology, you have multiple protocols like HSRP, VRRP, and GLBP. So you are going to understand these three protocols here, GLBP. Then the virtualization and cloud concepts. What is the difference between hosting one application on my server and hosting same application on the cloud? Cloud is also physical server only, right? But managed by different company. So why we should use cloud solution, right? What is the cloud security? Which company is the leader in cloud security? Like as I told you, Cisco is the leader in networking. You know, for the cloud security, Zscaler is the leader. So we'll discuss about their products as well. After that, we will have the virtualization. In the virtualization, you are going to master VRF, virtual routing forwarding, VLAN, and VTP. By the way, these two are very easy, VLAN and VTP, right? But VRF is can be important and can be different for you if you know the basic things only. Then we'll see some data center technologies like VXLAN. This is again different technology, but we are not going to master the VXLAN, but we'll see the basic about the VXLAN, like why, what, and how. Then the GRE tunnel, how to connect two sites together through public network, how to connect two private network through public network. Guys, by default, two private network cannot communicate with each other through public network. Let's say I have two branch offices. Amazon has two branch offices. One is in India and one is in US. They want to connect these two sites together, right? They can connect through internet, but internet is the public network and these two sites are the private network. So private and public cannot communicate, right? So that's why we come up with VPN technology. We can create one virtual network between these two private sites, and through this virtual network we can communicate. So GRE is the again foundation in VPN. Then again software defined networking concept. See how many times we are talking about the SDN only. The reason is at the end you are going to work on controllers only. Nowadays we are not configuring OSPF by running lots of commands on the router directly. Even on some updated device you will have shell. You will have shell where you can run command directly, where you can run the code directly. Here we are going to learn what? The CLI, how to configure OSPF BGP through CLI. But on the updated devices, even I have seen in the real time, guys, on some devices we have the shell to run the script, to run the code. Directly we can write the code there. Then the infrastructure. In infrastructure, you are going to learn layer 2 and layer 3 technology. Under layer 2 technology, we have the very important switching protocol, that is high top switching, you can say, a spanning tree protocol, Ether channel, and FHRP. Then under layer 3 technologies, these are very important routing protocol. You can ignore the EIGRP, but still EIGRP is very important because EIGRP has some unique feature. Right, like EIGRP can perform unequal cost load balancing. There is no any other routing protocol available till now, till 2024, which can perform unequal cost load balancing except EIGRP, right? And the most of the companies are using OSPF routing protocol in their internal network and BGP between the companies or in the large network, in the service provider network, on the internet, right, between the companies, inside the large enterprises. Then again IP services. See, we have same topics, right, in CCNA as well and in CCNP as well. So again, DSCP, DNS, NAT, SNMP, and quality of service. After that, we have some WAN technologies, very important: MPLS, DM, VPN, triple P, and BFT. These are the most demanding protocols, or you can say technologies. Then network assurance. Here you are going to learn some monitoring tools like NetFlow, SPAN, and SNMP. Again, how to monitor the network. Then some troubleshooting issues. We'll see layer 2 troubleshooting issues, layer 3 troubleshooting issues. Like if anyone have experience in the company, you might have seen some types of error like CRC error, right? Like guys, let me draw one exam, simple exam. Here I have one switch. This switch is connected with one server. Some critical servers are there, some client machines are there. This switch is connected with one router, and this router is connected with internet. This is very basic structure of network. The smallest network, you can say, smallest network, where I have one switch, access layer switch, one router acting as distribution layer as well as core layer, and that is connected with internet. So on this WAN link, most of the time you have seen in the real time there is CRC error. People are talking about the CRC error. People are talking about the packet loss. People are talking about the, what we say, slowness. Jitter, right? So these are the issues which you are going to troubleshoot. And to troubleshoot the issue, right, first of all we have to monitor it. We have to check like what problem are there. Is there CRC error, packet loss, slowness, jitter? What is the issue over here, right? So we have multiple technique method to identify the issue and to troubleshoot the issues. We'll see those all. IP services. The network maintenance technique. Maintaining a network is most important thing. Like network is live, everything is working fine, but then also every day you have to monitor the network. You have to check the health of your devices, like my devices are working fine or not, and my devices will work fine tomorrow or not. Is there any update in the market? Is there any new security patch file in the market that can improve my network, right? So for these requirement you have to work on maintenance every day. Every day you will you have to take backup of devices. Don't worry, we'll see these all things. Then guys, in CCNP you will have security concept. In security, again basic security concept like access control list, port security, CIA model, right? Then how to secure routing and switching protocols with the help of ACL, and how to secure the control plane traffic. Whenever I am saying routing protocol and switching protocol, that means I am talking about the control plane traffic. There are three types of traffic in the network, by the way, right? Control plane, data plane, and management plane. Control plane means the routing and switching traffic, or the, you can say, protocol traffic. The traffic which is generated by a device, for a device, to a device, right? Then you have some VPN technologies like IPsec, DMVPN, GetVPN. Then these are two important protocol, TechX plus Radius, to authenticate the user, to authenticate the client machines. So we'll see these two protocol as well, and these two are part of security. Like guys, in a building there is wireless network. You have implemented the wireless network, but your network should be secure. Like it should be not like that if anyone is entering in the building, they can connect their device to network. So you are going to install the server authentication server, right? And your AP is going to allow devices to connect with network. Your access point is a device which is used to connect wireless networking devices to a wired network, right? So if this client want to connect with network, this AP is connected with, let's say, switch, and switch is connected with router is connected with internet, like that. So if this client machine want to connect with the network, it will send some signal, some message to the AP. But first AP is going to ask to the server that, bro, please authenticate this user. This user is genuine or not. So how AP and server is going to communicate with the help of these two protocols? Either it can use radius or it can use TechX. Then again you have automation concept here, similar like CCNA. Here also you can see you are going to learn Ansible, PubNet and chip. Then programmability with Python. Guys, we are going to write our script, our code in Python language. The reason why we are not using any other language like Java, C++ or C, the Python is very easy to use, and Python is a high level language. High level language means human understandable language. By the way, machine understand only binary 0 1 0 1 0 1, right? So low level language means the binary 0 1 0 1 0 1. Even you have to write down the code in binary only. But Python is the high level language and very easy to understand, right? It is very easy to write code. Even I hate coding. I hate coding, but then also I know the Python, because I think Python is not like coding. Anyone can learn it. It's very easy, and then they can write down the code. After that, guys, APIs and controller based networking, network device programmability, net config, reset config, young. We'll see these all, and then you have what? Your concentration exam, right? So if you will choose, this is I think NRC. Again, we have in core here. CCNA. This is in NRC. They have did some mistake here. So actually you can see here you are going to learn basically routing and switching only, right? OSPF, EIGRP, BGP, VPN technologies, right? Infrastructure securities. Some these are the security concept like MD5, SAHA. These are the algorithms. So don't worry about the concentration exam. If you will go for NRC, I will take you through the complete syllabus of NRC as well, right? So we are going to cover, guys, 3 courses here: CCNA 200301, 301, then CCNP in core, and CCNP NRC. 1 minute. Any question till here? Anybody? If anyone have question, please ask. If anything is your mind, please ask, guys. Otherwise, tell me to start the session, because I don't want to finish class without talking about any topic, right? Definitely I have to teach you something. So any question to anybody? Can I start? Can I move? Great. So guys, after the this training program, after the course, after completion of those course, you can go for any exam, right? CCN 200301 in core NRC. You will be able to pass any exam. 100% you can pass the exam. Even you, if you will go for exam 100 times, you will pass 100 times. If you will go for 1000 times, you will pass the exam 1000 times, because we are going to cover each and everything very carefully. Done? Okay, now let's begin. First question to you is, what is network? What do you mean by network? Yes, what is network? Tell me guys, fast. Two or more devices that share resources. Okay, anything else? Great. Yeah, great, great. Yes, anything else? See, some people are not speaking. Bro, then why you have invested the money? Money is important, right? I thought if you have invested, that means you are very serious, you are very passionate. This is the reason even why I am not allowing anyone for demo session. I have lots of messages on WhatsApp. Can I join one class for the demo? I said, no, bro. I cannot allow you in the meeting because they are very serious people, right? They have paid the fee 30,000, 40,000, 25,000. But if you are not speaking here, see, I am expecting answer from you guys, but don't know if anyone is not speaking, what is the issue, right? So yes, we can say network is a group of devices which are connected with each other so that they can share information and resources. So that they can share information and resources. Guys, I have one computer here. This is one computer, PC1. Can I can I say this is a network? Can I say this is a network? No, right? So the smallest network can be of two computer, right? One device cannot form a network, right? Now let's suppose I have two devices, PC1 and PC2. Can I say this is a network? Can I say this is a network? Okay, let me do one thing. Let me connect it through Ethernet cable. We have multiple cable available to connect these devices, but for the LAN communication, the most popular technology is Ethernet technology. Nowadays, we are using Ethernet technology to form LAN, local area network. So let's say I have connected these two devices with the help of Ethernet. Now can I say this is a network? All are saying yes. Okay. Yeah. Anyone who is saying no? Now guys, on PC number 2 there is one book. Let's say CCNA book. Can I download this book from PC1? So resources are not available now. But the definition of network is group of devices which are connected with each other so that they can share the resources, so that they can communicate with each other. So if PC1 is not able to access the CCNA book from PC number 2, that means it is not a network. So guys, there are two types of network. One is live and another one is down. So actually this is a down network. We didn't configure any IP address on PCs, and until and unless PCs don't have IP addresses, they cannot communicate with each other, right? See, the basic requirement of network is, or you can say basic requirement of communication is, basic requirements of communication. Number one, source MAC. Number two, destination MAC. Number three, source IP and destination IP. Basic requirement of communication, right? So to access CCNA book from PC1, what we need? Source IP. So I need to configure source IP here. Why we don't need to configure MAC address, guys? Source MAC address. Why we don't need to configure source MAC address? Because source MAC address is already, yeah, because source MAC address is already there. See, there are two types of addresses in network. Types of addresses. Oh my god. Addresses. First one is MAC address, and second one is IP address. MAC address is physical address assigned by manufacturer company, right? So let's say this PC1 is a laptop of HP. That means HP have already assigned the MAC address. Getting my point? And where manufacturer company is going to assign the MAC address? On the NIC. On the NIC. Now question is, what is NIC? Question is, what is NIC? And so NIC is network interface card. Now what is a network interface card? What is network interface card? Very good. Very good. You can say NICC. To connect a networking device to a network, we need what? NIC. Through NIC only we can connect a networking devices to a network. So NIC is a port which is used to connect a device to a network, right? So how many NIC can be there on a PC? How many NIC can be there on a PC? The number of, see how many way you have to connect your device to network. If you have 4 way to connect your device to network, that means there are 4 NIC. If you have 2 way to connect your device to network, that means there are 2 NIC. So I can connect my laptop to network through Wi-Fi as well. I can connect my laptop to network through Bluetooth as well. I can connect my laptop to network through LAN port as well, right? So these are what, guys? These are NIC only. And on each NICs, there will be hard-coded MAC address assigned by manufacturer company. Got it? Is it clear to all? NIC is a network interface card which is used to connect networking devices to network. A PC or networking device can have multiple NICs, right? Now, how manufacturer company is going to assign MAC address? How to assign MAC address to NIC? So guys, MAC address is 48 bits address. 48 bits address represented in hexadecimal. And can anyone tell me how many bits are required to represent one hexadecimal? In hexadecimal, total number of characters are 16, right? 0 to F. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, right? In hexadecimal, we have total 16 characters, range is 0 to F. And to represent one hexadecimal character, we need 4 bits. We need 4 bits, because try to understand it very carefully, very important. Like, I want to convert 12 in binary. 12 is not decimal this time. 12 is hexadecimal value, or even let's say decimal value. Then also tell me what will be the binary of 12. Can I represent 12 in binary by using 2 bits? Like 2 bits can be 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, right? So I can represent how many value, guys? How many character? Only 4 character, right? With the help of 3 bits, I can represent how many character? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With the help of 3 bits, I can represent 8 character, but in hexadecimal we have 16 character. We need 4 bits. We need 4 bits to represent one hexadecimal character. So okay, if there is one address whose length is 48 bits and we represented that in hexadecimal, then how many characters are there? 48 divided by 4, that means 12. That means 12 characters are there, right? So the lowest MAC address can be 12 times 0, right? And largest MAC address can be 12 times F. Correct, guys? In this MAC address, all bits are 0. In this MAC address, all bits are 1. And in between this MAC address, these two MAC addresses, we can have 0, 1, 0, 1 like that, right? Now, MAC address is globally unique. MAC address is globally unique. Now, question is how MAC address is globally unique? How it is possible? Address is globally unique. Now your question can be how, Praful? Let's suppose PC1 is HP PC and PC2 is Dell PC or IBM PC. How these two companies will get to know what MAC address HP have already used? So I can't use that MAC address. Or how HP will get to know what MAC addresses Dell have used, or IBM has used, or Cisco has used, Juniper has used. So I cannot use that one, right? Guys, for that we divide MAC address into 2 parts. Part number 1, first part is First part is OUI and the second part is vendor assign. Second part is vendor assign. OUI stands for organizational unique identifier. Organizational unique identifier. Guys, the organization who is managing these things, like the MAC address should be globally unique, is known as INA. The organization who is managing these things like your IP addresses, MAC addresses is known as INA. INA. Internet Assigned Number Authority. Right. So you know OUI is your out of 48 bits MAC address. Half MAC address means how many bits? 24 bits. 24 bits are OUI. And rest 24 bits are vendor assigned. Vendor assigned, rest 24 bits. That means manufacturer company, vendor company are going to only assign 24 bits MAC addresses. Now how these MAC addresses are globally unique, try to understand very carefully. Let me give one example of two company. Like there are two company, guys. One is, let's say, HP and the another one is Dell. Both company need to manufacture their computers, their networking devices. So both company are going to purchase OUI from INA. Both company are going to purchase OUI from the INA. So let's say INA have given one OUI, means 24 bits of MAC address to HP. That is 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, 24 bits means how many character? 24 bits means how many character? 6 character. So let's say INA have given these 6 character to HP. Now INA have record that I have already sold this OUI. So I will not sell this OUI to any other companies. Now when Dell will request for OUI to INA, INA is going to provide another OUI. So let's say Dell have got this OUI 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Both are different or unique, guys. Both OUI is different. Now the manufacturer company is going to assign how many bits? 24 bits. So for their first laptop, HP is going to assign, let's say, MAC address, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is the MAC address, first MAC address of HP. And then at the same time, Dell is also manufacturing company, computers, networking devices. So to first device of Dell have assigned this MAC address 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Both have assigned same vendor assigned number. Yes or no, guys? Don't know why I'm not able to change the color. Yeah. Both have assigned same vendor assigned 24 bits. But can anyone tell me what is their MAC addresses are same or different? Their MAC addresses are same or different, guys? Both companies have different MAC address, unique MAC address, and this is how MAC addresses are globally unique. Vendor assigned bits are same, but because of OUI, both MAC addresses are same. Now, with the help of this OUI, how many MAC addresses HP can design? HP can design 2 to the power 16 MAC addresses with the help of one OUI. 2 power 16, because, sorry, not 16, 24, because HP has 24 bits, right? In the same way, Dell can also design 2 power 24 NICs. 24 NICs. And what will be the last MAC address of HP? 0, 0, 0, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is OUI, and then F right? This is the last MAC address of HP. Is it clear, guys? Last MAC address of HP. What will be the last MAC address of Dell? 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is the last MAC address of Dell. Now HP need more MAC addresses, so again HP have to purchase OUI from the INA, and this is how MAC addresses are globally unique. Is it clear to all? Any question till here? Anybody? No? All clear? Great. So let's suppose the MAC address of PC 1 is 0A and the MAC address of PCB is 0B. If you are thinking that Praful, why you have write down the MAC address in 2 character only? Bro, just I am taking one example, right? But definitely there will be 12 character, and representation can be anything. Representation depends on operating system, right? Windows operating system can have different representation. Cisco operating system can have different representation, right? Representation depends on operating system. Like if I will show you the MAC address of my PC, CMD command prompt. Here I can say IP config/all. Are you able to see MAC address? The physical address. This is the MAC representation in Windows operating system. Let me copy it and let me paste it over here. This is MAC address of my PC. MAC address representation in Windows, right? Same MAC address can be represented in different format, but total number of character will be 12 only, right? Maybe Cisco can represent it like, or Linux can represent it like 6C, 6A, right? 7749 DE C3. There is no any difference between this MAC address and this MAC address. Both MAC addresses are exactly same, right? The another operating system can represent their MAC address like this. Here they can put the semicolon like this. Guys, these all MAC addresses are exactly same. There is no any difference. Got it? Clear? Now this is the packet tracer tool. Is there anyone who don't have packet tracer in your system? You don't have. Okay. So see, this is very simple software. In Google, you can type, you can search for Cisco packet tracer. You will get the application. Or what I will do, I will share the packet tracer file. You only need to install it in your computer. You know, you need one account, so you can create the account, and like you installing any software, you can install the Cisco packet tracer. For the lab, in the initial stage, for the starting 15 to 20 days, packet tracer is sufficient. Now, but again, for the switching module, for the switching, you will be not able to run all command in packet tracer. So we will have one session for installing or for setting up EVE-NG, right? Or I will share one video to you too. That video will guide you to set up EVE-NG. Now guys, see, this is the router, right? Cisco router. If you will check the MAC address representation in Cisco operating system, see how Cisco is representing the MAC address. Enable and show IP interface F0/0, let's say. This interface is done. Interface F0/0, no such. and the IP address is, let's say, 10.1.1.1 255.255.255.0, and so IP interface brief, and so IP interface F0/0. Now, are you able to see the MAC address somewhere? So interface F0/0. See how Cisco is representing MAC address. Done, guys? How many characters are there? 12. Same, right? So hope I am expecting now MAC address is clear, and MAC address is, guys, globally unique. Now the second address, that is IP address. Who is going to assign IP address to machine? Who is going to assign IP address to the machine? It's clear that manufacturer company is going to assign MAC address. Network engineer, right? You are going to configure IP addresses on devices. So let's say here I have configured IP 10.1.1.1, and here I have configured IP 10.1.1.2. Now PC1 can download CCNA book from PC2. Now these two computers can communicate with each other. And if PC1 want to communicate with PC2, PC1 need what? Source MAC, which is available. PC1 need what? Destination MAC. PC1 need what? Source IP. PC1 need what? Destination IP. So who is going to tell destination IP address to machine? You, right? Let's say if I want to ping PC2, so I have to run command ping and then IP address 10.1.1.2. So every time whenever you want to send some message from PC1 to PC2, you have to tell IP address. Even when you are accessing the Google server, you are telling the IP address of your Google server to machine. What you are doing, you are writing the URL in the browser, right? You are typing www.google.com, and once you will hit enter, what will happen? Your machine will resolve this URL into IP address. It will get to know what is the destination IP address. It will get to know what is the destination IP address. So every time, guys, machine need what? Destination IP address, then only machine can send message. Now that is fine. We are going to tell about the destination IP address. Who will tell about the destination MAC address? So guys, there is one protocol. That protocol is called ARP. ARP is a layer 2 protocol, layer 2 of OSI model. OSI, what is OSI model? OSI model is a process which tells how data out and how data in a computer, right? And in OSI model, guys, we have 7 layers: application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. Application layer is responsible to provide user interface. Like in the Chrome, you can type the URL. So Chrome is what? One kind of user interface, right? So application layer is nothing but the Chrome application. The presentation layer is responsible to present the data, right? Present the data means it is responsible for encryption, like to encrypt the data before transmitting for the security. Like I want to write a letter to my girlfriend, to my wife, right? And the content in letter is I love you, but I don't want that anyone can read this message. So what I can do, I can encrypt that message, right? Instead of I love you, I will type 143, right? And my girlfriend have already knowledge about this encryption, that 1 is encrypted into I, 4 is encrypted into love, and 3 is encrypted into you. So they can only decrypt it. If my father will receive the letter, they will never get to know about the actual message. So presentation layer is responsible for encryption and decryption. At the sender machine or PC1, it will encrypt the data. At PC2, presentation layer will decrypt the data. Then we have session layer. Session layer is responsible to create, maintain, and terminate the session. See, if I am sending a request to Google server from my PC, so guys, my PC is not going to wait for the reply for long time, right? For the lifetime. It is not waiting for reply entire day, entire week, entire month, entire years, right? So session here is actually going to create one session whenever it will send any message to any other device, that I have sent one request, and the timeout for this application is this one, let's say 2 seconds. So if I will receive reply within 2 seconds, then fine. Otherwise, session layer will give you error, session timeout error. Sometime you might have seen this error in the browser. And after that, actual work of networking is start from here, from transport layer. So actually in the networking we have three types of addresses: MAC address, IP address, and port number. Port number. MAC address is the address of NIC. IP address is IP address is the address of device, and the port number is address of service. Service means on this PC there is FTP server where I have installed this book. So FTP is what? One service. HTTP is what? One service. HTTPS is what? One service. Telnet is what? One service. To identify the service, we have third type of address, that is port number. And transport layer is responsible to add this address, port number, source port and destination port with the message. Network layer is responsible to add IP addresses like source IP, destination IP, and data link layer is responsible to add MAC addresses like source MAC and destination MAC. And physical layer is responsible to convert your message into bits, then bits into signal, and after that to forward from the link. So that's why we are saying MAC address works at layer 2 data link layer, IP address works at layer 3 network layer, and the port number works at transport layer, layer 4. Right? And whatever routing and switching protocols you have, those protocols work on these layers only, right? Like routing protocol like BGP and RIP works on application layer. Routing protocol like OSPF and EIGRP works at network layer. And ARP protocol, which is responsible to find MAC address from the IP address, works at data link layer, layer 2. Clear? Oh my god, 1 minute. Okay guys, so what is ARP protocol? If someone will ask you what is ARP, so ARP is nothing but address resolution protocol, which is used to find MAC address from IP address. Now in this scenario, I have told to PC1 that brother, destination IP address is 10.1.1.2. Now PC is going to look up their table. Which table? ARP table. See, the another base concept of networking for the LAN communication. Guys, this is Ethernet cable. That means the technology which I'm using over here between PC1 and PC2 for the communication is Ethernet. And always keep in mind, whenever we will configure IP address on the Ethernet port. This is what port NIC, right? So actually we are going to configure this IP address on this port. Once I will configure this IP address on this port, this machine will start maintaining a table called ARP table. ERP table. And in the ERP table, they are going to store IP address with MAC address. It will make one entry. My IP address is 10.1 and my MAC address is 0A. Right? So let's say this PC have one message data and this PC need to send it to 10.2. So network layer is going to add what? Source IP, which is 10.1, destination IP, which is 10.2. Then network layer will hand over it to lower layer to data link layer. Data link layer is going to add what? Source MAC and destination MAC. Source MAC will be 0A. Destination MAC, it will check their ARP table, right, to find the destination MAC. But in this scenario, you can see there is no any entry available in ARP table. So if entry is not available in the ARP table, then my PC is going to put this information on hold and it will call to ARP protocol. Hey ARP, where are you? Come here. Then ARP will come and he will say, yes, tell me bro, how may I help you? Then my machine is going to tell, actually at layer 2 ARPA protocol is responsible to add source MAC and destination MAC. Guys, at each layer, right, as I told you, transport layer is responsible to add port number. So transport layer cannot add port number. There will be one protocol running behind it who will be responsible to add the port number, right? So there are two protocol at transport layer, TCP and UDP, which are responsible to add source port and destination port. In the same way, at network layer, we have some protocol which are responsible to add source IP, destination IP. That protocol is IPv4 protocol or IPv6 protocol. There are two types of protocol, routing protocol and routed protocol. So these are IPv4, IPv6, right? IPX, AppleTalks. These are what? Routed protocol, which are encapsulating the packet. Encapsulating the packet means adding extra information with actual message. So this time if I am running IPv4 address, the protocol is IPv4 who is adding the source IP and destination IP. In the same way, at data link layer, we have ARPA protocol, which is responsible to add source MAC and destination MAC. So if destination MAC is not available in the ARP table, then ARPA protocol is going to call ARP protocol and it will ask for the MAC address of 10.1.1.2. Now what ARP protocol will do? ARP protocol will generate one ARP request message and it will broadcast it, because this machine don't know the MAC address of 10.1.1.2. So destination MAC cannot be unicast because destination MAC is unknown. So ARP protocol have to broadcast it. It will forward that message to all machine in the network. But guys, which machine will generate reply? The machine who is using IP 10.1.1.2, because in the ARP request message there will be target IP address and target IP address will be 10.1.1.2. So let's suppose there is one PC whose IP address is 10.3. When this PC will receive the ARP request message which is broadcast, it will say, oh, target IP address is 10.1.1.2. That means this is not for me. It will simply discard it. But PC2 will see, okay, target IP address is 10.2. That means this ARP request is for me only. Let me generate the reply message. So PC2 is going to generate ARP reply. ARP reply. And in the ARP reply, it will share their MAC address. Once PC1 will receive ARP reply message from PC2, it will make one entry in their ARP table that IP address is 10.2 and MAC address is 0B. And now your actual message is on hold. Now ARPA protocol is going to encapsulate it. It will add the destination MAC that is 0B. Now ARPA protocol will hand over it to physical layer and physical layer will out from this interface, right? So guys, here on this router, I have configured the IP address. That means this PC should maintain one table. That table is ARP table. Yes, you can verify that. So IP ARP, but there is no any entry. Why there is no any entry, guys? Because Cisco operating system does not carry their own IP address and their own MAC address. But if I will connect this PC to this router to a PC here, PC, and the IP address on router is so IP interface brief. IP address is 10.1.1.1. So let me configure one IP on PC number 0. Here I am going to configure, let's say, IP 10.1.1.2, 255.255.255.0, right? So once I will configure IP, this machine will also start maintaining a ARP table, and this is what Windows operating system. Here I can say ARP-A to check ARP table. See what it's saying? ARP table is entry empty. But if I will ping to 10.1.1.1, ping is working. That means this time this PC will have one entry in the ARP table. So now let me show you the ARP table. Now you can see the ARP table. There is one entry, the IP address of router is 10.1.1.1 and MAC address is this one. So next time whenever I will send any packet to 10.1.1.1 to router, PC will not generate ARP request message, right? So whenever PC need destination MAC, first it will check ARP table. If entry is there, then no problem. It will copy the MAC address from there, destination MAC address from there. If entry is not there, then PC will generate ARP request message. Clear? In the same way on router as well, now you can check the ARP table. So IP ARP. Now you can see there is two entry. There are two entry, right? My my IP address and the PC IP address. The MAC address is there. Fine, guys. So you are going to configure IP address on machine, and IP address is second types of address. Let me tell you something about IP address. I am talking about the IPv4 address. So guys, IPv4 address is 32 bits address. IPv4 address is 32 bits address represented in dotted decimal. Dotted decimal. We divide IPv4 address into 4 fields. 4 fields, or we can say we divide IPv4 address equally into 4 fields. So now can you tell me, brother, each field will carry how many bits? Total length of IPv4 address is 32 bits and I have divided it into 4 fields equally. So each field will carry how many bits? 8 bits, right? 8 bits, then again 8 bits, then again 8 bits, and then again 8 bits. Now can anyone tell me with the help of 8 bits what minimum value I can represent? Minimum value will means if all bits are 0, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The decimal value will be what? 0. What maximum value I can represent with the help of 8 bits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is 255. 255. So guys, the lowest IP address can be what? Or a smallest IP address can be what? 0.0.0.0. Right? This is 32 bits address represented in dotted decimal, right? We have 4 fields and we have separated each field with the help of dot, right? And the largest IP address will be what? 255.255.255.255. Means all IP addresses are going to lie between this range only. Is it clear? All IP addresses are going to lie between this range only. And now guys, we divide this IP addresses into classes, into some classes, into 5 classes. The reason of dividing IP address into classes is shortage, right? See, this is 32 bits address, means total number of IPv4 addresses are 2 to the power 32 bits, 2 to the power 32, right? But the population, and we are using multiple devices, right? Even nowadays our car key also need IP address, right? So we had shortage of IPv4 address. So that's why we divide it into classes, so that a small organization will use IP address from different class, and large organization where we need more IP addresses will use IP address into different class, right? So if I will talk about the classes of IPv4 address, so we have class A, class B, class C, class D, class E, right? And always keep in mind we divide IPv4 address into classes on the basis of value present in first field. On the basis of value present in first field only. First field means I'm talking about this field. So sometimes we are saying octet as well to this field, right? Like 4 octet are there in IPv4 addressing, because each field carry 8 bit and 8 bits called 1 octet, right? So we can say there are 4 octet, and we divide IPv4 address into classes on the basis of value present in first octet. And guys, in first octet value can be 0 to 255, right? So if value in the first octet is between 0 to 127, that means that IP address belongs to class A, right? If value in the first octet belongs to 128 to 191, that means that IP address belongs to class B. And if the value in first octet belongs to 192 to 223, that means that IP address belongs to class C. And class D and class E is for different purpose. As a network engineer, mainly you are going to work on these classes: class A, class B, class C. Class D is used for multicasting, guys, multicasting. And class E is for research, like the NASA, the ISRO. These organizations are using IP addresses from class E. Clear? Now question is, Praful, how you have got this range? So see guys, to get this range, what I did, I reserve 1 bits for class A, and I have set that bit always 0. So how many bits I have in the first octet? 8 bits. If I will reserve 1 bit out of the 8 bits and that bit will be always 0, then how many free bits are there, guys? Only 7, right? So if all rest 7 bits are 0, then I will get what? Minimum value, that is 0. If I will set all rest bits to 1, then I will get what? Maximum value, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will get maximum value, that is 127. Even you can convert this into decimal. These are binary and this is decimal. If anyone have confusion in binary to decimal, guys, please let me know. Done. So this is how I got the range for class A. In the same way for class B, I have reserved 2 bits. I have reserved 2 bits. First bit will be always 0, second bit will be always 1. Now how many free bits are there for class B? 6. So if I will set all 6 bits as 0, then I will get minimum value, right? And if you will convert it into decimal, you will get value 128, right? This is what 2 to the power 7. So you will get value 128. If I will set rest all free bits as 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, you will get value what? 191. In the same way for class C, I have reserved 3 bits. First bit will be 0, second bit will be. Now this is your question. Tell me, to get this range, what bits I need to reserve, right? So what should be first 3 bits to get minimum value 192 if all rest bits are 0, and if all bits are 1, then it should be 2 to 3. This is how we divide IPv4 address into classes. Now guys, how many rest free bits are there in class A? 7. How many rest free bits are there in class B? 6. How many free bits are there in class C? 5. Got it? Now there is something called subnet mask. Subnet mask, guys, each IP address is combination of 2 things: network ID and host ID. Like here I have assigned IP 10.1.1.1, but you know this IP address is combination of 2 things. First thing is network ID. Network ID. and the second thing is host ID, host ID. And the tool, or you can say the marker, which is going to specify how many network bits are there and how many host bits are there, is known as subnet mask. Network bit means 1 and host bits means 0, right? So IPv4 address is 32 bits address represented in decimal, but again you have to convert it into binary only. Like if I have IP 10.1.1.1, so binary of this IP address will be 10.0001010 dot 00001, like this binary. Just wait bro, 1 minute. So see, I have converted this IP address into binary. Both are exactly same. There is no any difference, right? And this 1 represent what? Network bits, and this 0 represent what? Host bit. This 0 represents what? Host bits. Yes, bro. Now you can go. Go ahead. Please ask. What was your question? Oh, sorry. 1 and 0. Sorry, extremely sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. 1 and 0 will be reserved. For yes, for class B, 1 and 0 is reserved. And for class C, 1 1 and 0 is reserved. 1 1 and 0, 3 bits. And for class A, to get the range, na, to get this range, to get this range, bro, to get this range, I have said, no, if you will reserve 0 0 0 1, if you will reserve 0 1, you will not get this range, na, this range. What I told you, see, we divide IPv4 address into classes to avoid the shortage of IPv4 addresses, right? Now we divide IPv4 address on the basis of value present in first octet. So to get the value, to get the range for each classes, we reserve some bits for all classes. Okay. Okay, tell me, in first octet you have 8 bits. In first octet you have 8 bits. If I will reserve 1110, what range you will get? If these bits are reserved, then what range I will get? If these bits are reserved, what range I will get? Five bits, I have reserved 5 bits. That means 3 bits are 3. So 3 bits can be 000 or it can be 111. Can you tell me what value here I will get? And what value here I will get? Just convert it into decimal. Convert this value in decimal. This is what? 127. This is what? 64. Sorry, this is 128. 128. This is 64. This is 32. And this is 16. So add these all value. You will get the value over here. 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 64. 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16. What value you will get? Okay, so you can find the range, bro. Okay, or you can review this by yourself once. After that we can discuss this in the next class, because this is not the important thing like why I have not reserved it or reserved that, because this is the basic fundamental. Once you will involve yourself in these things in the IPv4 addressing, you will get to know everything. That let me move further for now. Okay, so this is the IP address in decimal and this is the IP address in binary. There is no any difference. Now guys, in first octet, how many network bits are there? How many ones are there? 2. 1 means network bits and 0 means host bits, right? So as I told you, each IP address carry both information, network bits and host bits, and the subnet mask is the tool or marker which will specify how many network bits are there and how many host bits are there. And we have defined the subnet mask or default subnet mask for each classes. Like for class A we have a predefined subnet mask that is 255.0.0.0. For class B we have predefined subnet mask that is 255.255.0.0, and for class C we have predefined subnet mask that is 255.255.255.0, right? So can anyone tell me how many network bits are there in class A? How many network bits are there in class A? 8. How many network bits are there in class B? And how many network bits are there in class C? 24. So how many host bits are there in class A? 24. How many host bits are there in class B? 16. And we have 8 host bits in class C. So guys, if my IP address is 10.1.1.1, 10.1.1.1, so first of all tell me this IP address belongs to which class? Class A. And the default subnet mask for class A is 255.0.0.0. That means how many network bits are there? Only 8 bits. So network ID will be what? 10.0.0.0. And you can even specify how many network bits are there, how many host bits are there. As this IP address belongs to class A, we can simply say 8 bits are network bits and 24 bits are host bits. Am I right? Yeah. Mhm. One one will be network, zero will be host. Zero will be host, one will be network. Yeah, these are decimal number. See, to identify the classes, you only need to check first octet value, first field value. In the first octet, if value belongs to 0 to 127, no, first of all, see how to identify the classes. If first value in the first octet belongs to 0 to 127, that means that IP address belongs to class A. And for class A, default subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, right? That means for class A, how many network bits are there? 8. So this is what? Network portion, and these are what? Host portion. Okay. Now guys, this is the network ID, means main family member. What is the difference between IP address and network ID? Network ID is, you can say network ID is the first IP address of network. Network ID tells from where the network is starting. In this network, there are many IP addresses. There are many IP addresses in this network. How to find those IP addresses? How to find those IP addresses, or how to find how many number of IP addresses are there in this network? So to find the number of IP addresses in the network, we have one formula that is called valid host. Valid. Yeah, go ahead. On which basis? Network bits. Network bits. For each class, we have defined the network bits. Like for class A, we have defined 8 bits for network. For class B, we have defined 16 bits for network. For class C, we have defined 24 bits for network. Okay, so formula to find valid host is, or to host means IP addresses. Formula to find IP addresses is 2 power h, where h is what? Where h is host bit, host bits. So now can you tell me in this IP address 10.1.1.1 how many host bits are there? Definitely this IP address belongs to class A, that means 24 are host bit. That means total number of IP addresses are 2 to the power 24, right? 2 to the power 24. But guys, we cannot assign those all IP addresses to machine, right? We have to subtract 2 IP addresses from all IP addresses. Valid IP addresses are total IP address minus 2. Why minus 2? 1 for network ID, as I told you, first IP address. 1 for network ID. Network ID is reserved, we cannot configure on machine. And the second one is broadcast ID. Broadcast ID. Now network ID is the first IP address of the network, and broadcast IP address is the last IP address from the network. Broadcast ID tells from where your next network is starting, right? So my IP address is 10.1.1.1. My network ID is 10.0.0.0, right? My subnet mask is 255.0.0.0, right? Total number of IP addresses is 2 power 24, and the first IP address will be 10.0.0.1, second IP 10.0.0.2, last IP address will be 10.255.255.255, right? So this is what, this is again what guys? Network ID. In the same way for other classes, like if I am writing one IP here 172.16.1.1, so tell me this IP address belongs to which class? To find the class, you will check first octet value. First octet value is 172. That means it is a class B IP address, and the default subnet mask for class B is 255.0.0.0, 255.255.0.0, right? So network ID will be what? 172.16.0.0. To find the network bits, what you can do, you can convert both IP address and subnet mask into binary, and then you can perform the AND operation. In the AND operation, your 0 1, if input is 0 0, then output will be always what? 0. If input is 1 0, then output will be 0. If input is 0 1, then also output will be 0. If input is 1 1, then only you will get output 1 in one scenario, right? So when I will perform AND operation in third octet, I will get value what? 0. In fourth octet, what value I will get? 0, right? When I will multiply 172 by 1, then I will get same value. When I will multiply 16 by same value, I will get 16. Got it? The first IP address 172.16.0.1 and last IP address 172.16.255.255. This is network ID, this is broadcast ID. So this is basic about MAC address, IP address, and the basic communication between two computers. Now guys, I am expecting you have the basic information, basic knowledge. If anyone have issues in subnet means IP addressing, leave subnetting aside for some time. We'll discuss subnetting later. First, let me finish the switching module. In switching module, we are not going to discuss more about the IP addressing. We are going to understand the switching module only, right? Like what is switching, how two computers are going to communicate with each other with the help of switch. Switch is what? One centralized device. See, I have two PC. I can connect these two PC together with the help of what? NIC. Am I right, guys? Let's say on both PC I have one NIC. One NIC over here, one NIC over here. I don't have any more NIC. Now there is one more PC, that is PC number 3. Can I connect this PC in the network? Can I connect this PC in network? To connect this PC in network, see, NIC port is not available, even not on this computer, even not on this computer. So to connect this computer 3 in the network, I have to add what? Extra NIC here, right? I can add extra NIC on both switches, on even both all PCs, right? On PC 3 also. Now guys, I have another PC number 4, because in the company in real time you will have 1000 number of PCs. So is it possible to connect 1000 PC like this? No, never. So that's why we come up with one centralized device to connect multiple networking devices together, and that device is called switch. So from the tomorrow we are only going to talk about switch, right? What protocols are there on switch, how to configure the switch, what is the by default behavior of switch, everything, right? Then guys, if I will talk about the basic networking, like basic networking means, you can say, what is network, types of network. Types of network means how many types of network we have. How many types of network we have, guys? LAN and WAN. LAN means, can anyone tell me how many user can be there in one LAN? How many user can be there in one LAN? How many user can be there in one LAN, one local area network? 2. See, always keep in mind, we didn't divide network on the basis of users. We divide network on the basis of area, or you can say in networking term, domain, on the basis of domain. So if you are implementing a network in a small geographical area, that type of network is known as LAN, local area network. Like implementing network in a building, implementing network in a building, in a campus, in a floor, that is known as what? LAN, local area network. Doesn't matter how many users are there, that's not matter really. And to form LAN, local area network, the most important device is switch. To most important device is switch. And the cable which you are going to use to connect multiple networking devices and switch together is Ethernet cable. Ethernet cable. So you have multiple types of Ethernet cable, guys. The technology which we are using to for the LAN communication is known as Ethernet, right? This is also what? Ethernet cable. And the type of this Ethernet cable is fast Ethernet. Fast Ethernet. We can have fast Ethernet cable, types of Ethernet cable. Types of Ethernet cable. First one is Ethernet. Ethernet cable will provide you 10 Mbps speed. Mbps speed. The second type of cable is fast Ethernet, and fast Ethernet cable will provide you 100 Mbps speed. And the third type of cable is Ethernet cable is 1 gig, which will provide you 1 gig speed. Fourth type of cable can be 10 gig. Fifth type of cable can be 40 gig. Right? So according to our requirement, we are going to use these cables, right? Like for connecting multiple computers in my home, like computers of my wife, my father, my sister, I can use what? Ethernet cable, or I can use fast Ethernet cable. In the small office, I can use even fast Ethernet cable. But guys, in the enterprises network, we are going to use gig cable, right? And for the critical data, like in the data center where we are running applications, we are going to use what? 10 gig cables, 40 gig cables, or 1 gig cables only. But the good thing is what? Good thing is there is no any difference in terms of configuration. Configuration on all types of cable is same, right? So now the WAN, second type of network is WAN. WAN means implementing network in large geographical area. Like I have one LAN in Delhi and one LAN in Mumbai. Now I need to connect these two LAN together. So I can purchase connectivity from the ISP. So this type of network is what? WAN, wide area network. So implementing network in city, between the city, in the country, or between the country is known as WAN. And implementing network in on a floor or in a building or in a campus is known as LAN, local area network. Then guys, types of communication. Types of communication. So we have three types of communication. First one is unicast. Unicast. Second one is multicast. Multicast. And third one is broadcast. Broadcast. Unicast is type of communication between two devices, right? If there is one sender and one receiver, that type of communication is known as unicast. Multicast means one to many communication. If there is one sender and many receiver, see, if you are sending some message to me on WhatsApp personally, that is what? Unicast. If you are sending some message in the group, in our WhatsApp close community, that message known as what? Multicast. That type of communication is multicast, one to many. And the broadcast means there is one sender and all receivers. All rest machines are receiving the traffic. That type of communication is broadcast. Broadcast means not one to all. One to all in a network, right? Like if you want to broadcast a message on WhatsApp, so that broadcast message will be reached to all the contact, to all the people who are in your WhatsApp list only, yes or no? Or it will be for everyone guys in the world? No, right? You are going to broadcast it in your network. In your network means the people who are connected through your WhatsApp. So there are three types of communication: unicast, multicast, and broadcast. Unicast is one to one communication, multicast is one to many communication, and broadcast is one to all communication in a network. Then the third term is types of you can say way of communications. So we have again three way of communication. One is simplex, Second one is half duplex, half duplex, and third one is full duplex, full duplex. Simplex means one-way communication. One-way communication means a sender device can only send the data and receiver device can only receive the data. Like your television, guys. On your television, you can only receive the data, right? You cannot send anything through television. So television is what? One kind of receiver device which can only receive the data, right? The half duplex means it is two-way communication. Simplex is one-way communication, half duplex is two-way communication. Two-way communication, but not at the same instant of time. At a time, a device can either send the data or it can receive the data. It cannot do both at the same time. That is known as what? Half duplex. And the full duplex means two-way communication at the same time. Like we are talking, we can listen as well as speak at the same time. So the earlier the device, the centralized device which we were using to connect multiple networking devices together was hub. The issue with hub was what, guys? Half duplex. Hub was working on half duplex. So at a time only one device can communicate through hub, but your switch works on full duplex. Nowadays, whatever networking devices we have, those all devices work on full duplex. Now in the basic, we can have components of network. Like what components are required to design a network? Components of network. So guys, first component is sender. There should be one sender who will send the data. Then receiver. There should be one receiver who will receive the data. Then medium. There should be one medium through which we can send and receive the data. Then what? Protocol. Protocol means rule. There should be a rule between sender and receiver. See, right now we guys are communicating. The reason? Rule. We all know the English. I am not comfortable to speak English. My local language is Hindi. I am much comfortable in Hindi. But this is a rule for me that Praful, if you want to teach everyone in the class, you have to speak English only. Because there are some people who don't know the Hindi. Getting my point? In the same way, in the network also, guys, we have some rule. Like as I told you, presentation layer is responsible for encryption. So whatever algorithm sender machine is using to encrypt the data, receiver machine should already have that algorithm. Then only it will decrypt the data. So this is what one rule. Before sending the data, you have to verify that both machines are using same algorithm or not. So these are basic components of network. Right? So guys, today we have seen the basic things, and now I am expecting you have learned something from today class. Is there anyone who is thinking, no, I didn't learn anything? From tomorrow we'll start the switching from the zero. It hub multicast device or unicast device? Hub is a broadcast device, bro, not multicast, not unicast. Hub always do broadcast because hub don't have memory. Hub cannot maintain the table. To perform unicast, devices have to maintain a table, right? And to store the table, device need what? Memory. But hub is your like your extension board. extension board to connect multiple charger together, right? The inside the extension board, all ports are directly connected with each other, correct? Hub is exactly similar like that. All ports are directly connected with each other, right? So it will perform always broadcast. Yes, yes. In the hub, there is no security. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. And even you don't need to worry about the hub because no one is going to ask you about the hub and we are not using even it nowadays. But still we can discuss it tomorrow. We will see the hub as well. The reason, let's suppose I need to connect my laptop and my camera, my laptop and my mic together. So do you think I am going to purchase the switch? No. Here I can use what? Hub. So in the home or the in small offices, we are still using it, right? But not in the enterprises, not in the data center. So for personal use, still hub is in use. So my question was, is there anyone who is thinking that Praful, I have not learned anything from today class. So what I will do, I will extend this class for 30 more minutes and we'll discuss any other topic. Because guys, every day you have to learn something, right? After the class you have to think every day what I have learned today. If you will not measure the improvement, then how you can grow, how you can grow, how you can differentiate yourself, how you can get to know that my skills are improving or not, right? So every day try to measure the improvement. Whatever topic we have discussed, please make a note, like not note like means definition of land when only the topic, right? That okay, I have covered this, I have covered this, I have covered this, I have covered this. And whenever you are thinking that I am not clear with the definition of this topic, just google it, just google it or just search that topic on YouTube or just open the book, check the definition, right? Check what is that. Like this you can take your networking skill to the next level, guys. And by the way, if again you don't want to check on Google, on YouTube, on book, so you have what, every day 2 hour class. So you can ask to me directly that Praful, yesterday we had discussed these topics and this topic is not clear to me, can you explain it again? And now, as you are investing your valuable time here with me, it's become my responsibility to share the answer. You can ask any question to me, right? And I am not allowed to not share the answer, right? I have to share the answer. I'm not allowed, right, to not share the answer. Whatever question you are asking, I have to share the answer. Even if I don't know the answer, I have to find the answer, right? But I have to tell the answer to you. So, bro, if you have invested, please take advantage of it and try to measure the improvement every day. Getting my point? We are here now, right? But we want to reach here. I am ready to put my 100% effort, but I need your support as well, right? Alone, I cannot do anything. To achieve something significant, definitely we have to work hard. And guys, if you are someone who want to achieve what I have achieved in my life, then no problem, I am here 24 by 7 for you to help, to share what I have in my life. and trust me, I'm doing good in the industry. Okay. Okay, brother and sister, ladies and gentlemen, sir and madam, any question? Great. What about others? None from your side. What about others? No, there is no space. You have to put a space. ARP, space, then hyphen A. So I told you now that Windows operating system does not carry their own information in MAC address table, sorry, in ARP table. Windows operating system does not carry their own information in ARP table. Only Cisco operating system carry their own information. And I don't know about the Linux. I have to check it, right? Even you can check also, like if Linux is storing their MAC address in ARP table or not. I don't have idea about the Linux. Yes, Kishore, am I audible to you? Okay, how was the class for you? Have you learned something? Great. Because, am I audible to you? Because, where are you from? Because there are two because. You have joined right from two different device. Okay, okay. Where are you from? Because where you are sitting right now, in your bedroom or in your office or somewhere else? Bedroom. So see, guys, the benefit of technology. People are joining from their bedroom. They are learning from the bedroom. It was not possible, right? 20 years back. That technology you are going to learn. First of all, thanks to the technology, we can connect from anywhere on the world. By a single click, you can become a host and we all can become your student. Great technology, right? Yes, after that, yes. Pavitra, Pavitra, is your pronunciation correct? It's fine. No any question? And where are you from? Hyderabad. Are you working somewhere? Okay. So after the training, start searching. Okay, definitely 100%. You will get 100% job, by the way, na? It's my responsibility not to provide you job. Okay, and will you go for certification as well? Okay, both CCN and CCNP? CCNP only. Great. Yeah, earlier it was, mandatory that for CCNP you have to pass first CCNA. But nowadays you can directly go for CCNP. Syed, 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 am I audible? Yes, sir. कहाँ से? Where are you from? Hyderabad. Again Hyderabad. Saudi Arabia. Okay. We are too far with each other. You're still connected, right? So are you working somewhere or just learning, preparing? You are searching for a job. Great, yeah. And is there anyone else? No, I think. Okay, guys, then that's all for today.